Hi folks, Avery here, Southern Fraud Knowledge. I got some horrific news. My bank stole about $50,000 from me just yesterday. I couldn't even talk about it yesterday. I'm going to try to talk about it today and tell you what happened. Maybe a warning to some of y'all. I don't know if all banks act this way. I bank in the state of Georgia, Georgia laws. I'm still in the middle of this. It doesn't look real good right now that I'm going to be able to fix all this and get my money back. I hadn't really thought about how I'm going to tell you all this, but know this. This bank, Valiant Bank, it was formerly called Pinnacle Bank. They just got took over or merged with another bank. Now they're called Valiant, not even Valiant. I don't know what Valiant means other than it means it's a bank run by a bunch of crooks. I'm trying to be careful what I say. I'm not saying anything that's not completely true, so if they want to jump their lawyers down my throat, I don't think you can get a cease and desist or whatever. Make me stop talking about it if it's true. And everything I'm telling you folks is true. This is what they done. Till the day I died, they stole $50,000 from me. They can paint it a different color, put lips on a pig, and it's still lipstick on a pig. It's still a pig. I'm beside myself trying to figure out what to say about this. But as I probably pointed out, I'm going to go back and do a little bit of history. Stick with me. I'm going to tell you everything, and hopefully you'll get some. I'm not a financial advisor, but maybe I can give you some financial warnings you might want to check on and be very careful how you handle things, because what it appears is a bank in Georgia, at least. I don't know how the other bank laws are, but if they decide they want your money, they can take your money, and there's little or nothing you can do about it. But I digress. Let's back up a little bit. 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, January 2024, I was involved in a bad automobile accident. My work van. Wasn't my fault. The lady at fault didn't have any insurance. So I had to rely on my insurance to pay my medical bills. The lady who was written several citations by police, the law enforcement at the time, she got citations. Her insurance company called me and treated me like dirt. They wasn't going to pay anything and informed me that she was going to get a lawyer. And I never went and got a lawyer for anything like that. So I said, well, I need to defend myself. So I went and got a lawyer. Long story short of that is because she had Liberty Mutual Insurance, which is basically garbage insurance. That's why their motto is pay for what you need. You can get literally no insurance. They didn't have anything. I had over $300,000 in doctor bills and hospital bills and stuff. They still didn't fix everything. They replaced 2 discs in my neck last year. We went through the process of going to different kind of doctors. My eyes was messed up. Left eye points up, tries to focus up and to the left. Right eye points down and to the right. I had to get what's called NeuroLens glasses. These glasses, cheap frame, less than $100, but the glasses cost me $1,300 because my head got whacked so hard with a concussion. My hearing is messed up. I still haven't got a hearing aid. I'm trying to get to a doctor after all this is settled. More stories involved with that. They never did get my hearing aid right. I've still got 4 ruptured discs in my back. I had some broke bones. Like I said, I had a bad concussion. It affected my memory. I can't hardly work. I've been trying to function. I went to a Social Security office not too long after this happened and tried to get a disability. And they said I looked okay to them because I walked in there. There was nothing wrong with me. And then the Social Security office is shut down, government shutdowns and all this. So between all of that, I never did get any disability. I've got a bunch of doctors that claim I shouldn't be working and definitely shouldn't be picking up more than 10 pounds. I used to work 6 and 7 days a week. I can't work but a couple, 3 days a week now, and my head hurts. I'm so tired. My neck hurts. My lower back hurts. Still not supposed to pick up but 10 pounds. I can't go on light duty. What I do is I work for dental offices. I have to pick up heavy equipment all the time. Weighs 80 pounds, weighs 125 pounds. Dental chairs, I move them by myself. They weigh over 400 pounds. So it's not like I can go on desk duty with my job. That's my business I own. I made decent money, but I can't hold out to work. So I was counting on, even though I had $500,000 insurance, I had to sue myself. I did get a settlement. They did pay pretty good. Doctors got $300,000. They talked and negotiated that. The lawyers negotiated that down. The lawyers got a third of it. I wound up with around $100,000. I'm just giving y'all this backstory to tell you what happened with my money. I got the money this January because it took 2 years to get through that process. I'm 66 right now. I'll be 67 as of November the 2nd. And my legal retirement age without a disability, so I can legally retire and draw full Social Security at 66 in 10 months, which will be September the 2nd. So I'm giving it a few extra weeks. I may be waiting until mid-September or the end of September, and then I'm going to file for Social Security and try to draw that. It's not going to be enough to pay my bills. I do have a lot of debt. When I was injured, I had to lean on credit cards and lines of credit and stuff like that, which is getting me up close to where I'm talking about. This bank, Valiant Bank, bank of crooks, bank of thievery, bank of deception, bank of people that don't care anything if you're disabled, if you're old. They do not care. You are but a number, and they will squish you dead like a bug, and they do not care. They're heartless. I'm trying to be real careful what I say. If y'all can read my mind, that's what I'm thinking. But bottom line is, they stole my money. So when we got the settlement, I placed it in at the time it was still called Pinnacle Bank. 2-3 months after that, they started transitioning and becoming the Valiant Bank. About 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, I took out a signature loan. My credit was pretty good. I took out a signature loan so I could build a shop. I owed almost $43,000 on that signature loan at the time a week ago. Let's not say at the time of this video, but as of a week or two ago, I owed $43,000 on that personal line of credit at Valiant Bank. When I got that line of credit, it was at a rate of 10%. I'm like, okay. Then they re-upped it a year or two ago to 16%. We got a notification as Valiant was taking over that it was about to go up to 21%. I had taken right around the $100,000 that I had, and I'm still not able to work a lot. I'm still having to pay bills with some of that. So I'm working 2-3 days a week, and I also did a big, huge job in Athens. Probably brought in over $40,000. So some of that money went into that, and we paid the credit card debt down. Although high interest, PayPal, Home Depot, Lowe's, cards like that are really high, American Expresses, and a lot of those cards will not deal with you. If you want to pay them off, you just got to pay the full amount. You can't do no negotiation and say, look, this is all I got, I'm hurt, please help me. They don't care. They want it all. So I paid them. I'd got it down to this $43,000 at this Valiant Bank. Lovely bank. Not really. So then I decided, I said, well, if they're fixing to jack it up to 21%, maybe we need to find another bank. And that bank is about 12 miles away from us. And they just opened a new branch of a different bank, another bank, Fifth Third Bank. More on them later. But Fifth Third Bank just opened a branch about 2 miles away. And I said, that will be so much more convenient if we're making deposits and doing banking, because the main reason we had to go that 12 miles was just for that bank. I said, well, the bank is starting to screw us with their interest for whatever reason. So maybe we should move our money over to this new bank and open an account over here. And that's what we did 2 or 3 weeks ago. We opened up an account there, and we wrote 2 fairly large checks. It was $38,000 to $40,000 that we transferred, and we started putting our deposits, my from work deposits. When people paid me for work, I was putting those deposits obviously in the new one. I wanted to leave some in the other account to cover the debt that was still over there. And I had asked the lady at the bank, at the Valiant Bank, the wonderful bank, if they could stop the auto withdrawals, because I had talked to some debt consolidation people, and they said, we can help you with that debt. We told them where it was, and they said, no problem. We can negotiate that. You pay us. They won't be no interest. You'll pay it off in 4.5 years. Payments be a little less than what they are now, but you're not continuing to just pay interest. And I was paying on time at Valiant. I paid, let me clarify, I paid on time, and I paid a couple $100 extra a month when I had it. I would pay extra. So we was never late on that payment. We started transferring our money. I asked the lady about stopping the auto draft. She said she couldn't do it. I said, okay. So that was the end of that, I thought. And then after we wrote the 2 checks that come up to about $38,000 and deposited over here, we got a notice on our bank saying the bank had stopped payment on that check to Fifth Third Bank, the $38,000. And another check that we sent over there, they stopped payment. So I panicked. And we went straight to Fifth Third, since they're closer, to see if my money was there, because it was showing it was there. They checked their computers. They said, yes, sir, Mr. Smith, don't you worry a bit. Your money's here. It's safe in this bank. They can't touch it. It's already cleared. No problem. Keep your money here. We will protect your money. I took Fifth Third Bank at their word. Yesterday morning, we got some more notices in our emails and checking the banking accounts and stuff like that. The wife noticed some more money's been being moved around and stuff at the old bank, the wonderful Valiant Bank. It appeared on our computer, it appeared that they had indeed got that money back out of Fifth Third Bank and taken that money plus $6,000 or $7,000 extra dollars, more than I only owed them 42, and now there's almost $50,000 in question. Some of it's kind of not showing up right now, so it's kind of in limbo. So I went to Fifth Third, and they seemed very confused, and they was hum-hawing around, and we'll have to check with our other branches and our managers, and I was speaking to the manager at that bank, and they went in an office and stayed in there for 30 minutes and come out. We're working on it. Yeah, we're trying to follow that up, and we're trying to see where this other $7,000 went. We're on it. Don't you worry. And they wound up saying, well, we're still going to have to keep checking on it. Just check back later. I came back 2 more times during that day, and by the end of the day, my wife, we're in tears. I mean, that's going to destroy my life is what that's going to do. I have worked when I wasn't able to work. I have been told I couldn't get disability because I was able to walk into the Social Security office. How do they know? I mean, I've got x-rays and MRIs and CAT scans and shit to prove that, you know? Excuse my French, I'm a little mad here. Not cussing this lovely Valiant Bank. No, they're wonderful. If you have money over there, I kind of implore you, get it out. But, there's a but. And let's get back to Fifth Third. Because Fifth Third assured me my money was safe there. And after I went back the third time, and the wife just wouldn't even go back in there with me. She was crying all day long, and I was upset. I had to take a Xanax last night, and I'm not hooked on it. Sorry about that interruption, folks. I had my DJI, this camera, was sitting over on the railing over there, about where that vine's at, in the sunlight, and it overheated and stopped recording. So we'll take a little walk around the yard and talk about these things a little bit. I think where I was at was saying that we went back for the third time to Fifth Third Bank to inquire, you know, what's going on with my money. You promised it would be safe here. Now, as I said, the wife didn't even want to go in. She was upset. I think I mentioned something about I'd taken a Xanax. I'm not. I took one later that night. I didn't take one because I ain't going to take no Xanax while I'm driving. I only take them maybe 1 or 2 a year at best when I'm really upset, depressed. As an example, my mom passed away in 2011 or 2012. That's my head injury. I can't remember. It was 2011 or 2012. As much as I love my mom, I can't remember dates and stuff like that, but I know it was 2011, 2012. I took a Xanax or 2 right around that time. I was really upset. Obviously, it was my mom. I mean, y'all will be upset too. Since 2011, 2012, I've maybe taken maybe 3. When somebody like a bad doctor just treats me like crap, don't pay me, and anyway, you know, something really upsets me and I'm really depressed. I do have depression. And this whole bank thing ain't helping that none. Love that Valiant Bank. Is that what we was talking about? Yes, the Valiant Bank. Here's the part of the $40-something thousand in question from the outside. I don't have my keys right now. I walked out. Oh, there's a bunny rabbit. You see it? Hey, bunny. Hey, bunny. Look at the bunny. I got bunny rabbits around here, y'all. I do. I like nature and wildlife. Didn't mean to startle you, Mr. Bunny. You trying out the bushes I got there? The grass that needs mowing? I've mowed back here, but I didn't get the weed eater. There he goes. Scoot on off over there. We'll let Mr. Bunny clean out. Anyway, this is my original shop right here. Am I zoomed in still? Yeah, okay. There goes Mr. Bunny. Let me zoom back in. I can't stop looking at bunnies. That makes me happy a little bit. As happy as a feller could be that just had $50,000 stole from him from a worthless bank. But anyway, I'm gonna give you some space, Bunny. I'm gonna come over here. You can stay there if you want to. But anyway, this is my shop that we got the loan out for. I've since added this other little shop here. Still, it's a work in progress. I did most of the exterior on this one. It was just a roof, a carport type thing, and I enclosed it. Anyway, that's getting off topic. There goes that brain. Think about it. So, I wish I had me a little chair out here because I did not bring my keys to get into the shop. I got plenty of chairs in there. I'm gonna see if I can sit down right here. If I can, I don't know. It's in the shade. I don't know if this is gonna hold me. It's sorta okay. So we'll sit here and talk a minute. So I went back in to Fifth Third a third time. And finally they brought me back to the bank manager's office in the back and told me that their bottom line is once the lawyers from the other bank got involved, they felt the need to just release my money to them. So they gave the money back after they promised me that my money was safe there. Hindsight, if I had known this was going to happen, that first day we went in there and they told me they had the money, if I had known these things, the smart thing to have done would have been to withdraw all money except for maybe $100 just to keep an account there, and brought it to the house and put it in a mason jar or stuck it in the refrigerator or somewhere. Do like the old timers used to do. The old timers never trusted banks, especially around the Depression era. Old timers was a lot smarter than us nowadays timers. And I feel like baby boomers is what I am. I feel like we're smarter than the ones coming up now, and I know that's going to tick a lot of you younger folks out. But y'all smart with the techie stuff, you know, how to scroll on your phone and stuff like that. I wish y'all learn to slowly scroll and stop on Southern fried knowledge, cause I know stuff. Just cause I do. But anyway, I feel like I'm interesting, y'all. That's getting off topic because we're talking about the world's crappiest bank, as far as I'm concerned. Valiant Bank. That's right. Valiant Bank. I'll try to display it here somewhere. Anyway, this Valiant Bank branch is located in Covington, Georgia, if you're interested. The branch manager there is the one that screwed me. I kind of hold her personally responsible. At the same time, there's nothing I can do. I wish her no ill will. I mean, it would be nice if there was some kind of justice, like I could get my money back. That bank could be closed forever and she could go to prison for like 2 years. That would be nice. I don't think I'm saying anything that anyone else in my position wouldn't feel. I'm not threatening her. I'm not threatening to send her to jail. I just wish if there was real justice in the world, which there's not a lot of these days, you know. There's just not a lot of justice. So I'm counting on the legal system to help me try to get some of my money back. Hadn't even brought up the fact that we had checked earlier before this started happening, and $200 started missing from my money almost immediately after we put it in there in January, and this is August now. So they're $1,400, $1,600 about every other month. Maybe it'd be $150, but it was usually $200 a month. Nobody can explain what that was. We've checked everything. Nothing I've got. It was some kind of Philly address. We called, no number, nobody answers, no address, can't find anything there. The bank had started, oh yeah, we'll try to find that for you. And this was like 3-4 weeks before all of this other colossal crap started happening. They also didn't want to loan me money to refinance a work van that I had back earlier in the year. The very same branch manager lady who's only there like every other day. She has wonderful hours because she's probably the one, possibly, not coming from my mind, but maybe she's skimming over there. Maybe that's where my $200 a month is. I don't know where it come from. So I could say that it is possibly the branch manager. Could be the tooth fairy. I don't know. But somebody is stealing $200 a month from me. But the bigger issue here is I know without a shadow of a doubt. See how mad I am? And my brain don't function real good when I get mad. The brain don't function pretty good these days anyway. But I'm sane. Now, I might have took a whack on the head. I've worked my ass off for years. That big job I talked about earlier, I was working 16-hour days. Somebody leave a comment in the comment section below. I don't care who you are. Anybody out there working 16-hour days, and the very next day after working 16, I worked 14 hours. And I'm 66 years old. I've worked my ass off all my life. I've worked real damn hard. I've worked 6 and 7 days a week. People have stepped on me and crushed me and pissed on me all my life. And I'm old and I'm tired of it. And I'm ready to get out of this crap now. I want to retire. And thank you, bank, for being the buttheads that you are. And that's the nicest way I can say it, because I want to be nice on the internet and all. But y'all think of the most evil words that you can think of. Those are probably bouncing around in my head. I don't wish no harm upon anyone. I have no problem with some well-deserved jail time for the people responsible for stealing my money. That was my retirement. We were. This is little significance. No significance at all. We were going on vacation in about 2 weeks because I hadn't had one in quite a while. I'd promised my wife I would take her to Graceland. I'd promised you folks out there some wonderful adventures coming up because when I retired, we was going to do Graceland, Nashville, going to come back Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, do some stuff, go to Asheville, do stuff up in Tennessee, North Carolina. Pretty good little time for a couple weeks. And then later in the year, I had some stuff planned in Florida. Most of that is gone now. Wife's crying because she thinks she's not going to get to see Graceland, Elvis stuff. She's big on Elvis. I got no problem with that. I like my music too. We've already paid for all of that. So I told her, I said, well, we can probably just take 3 or 4 days and go to the Elvis stuff, maybe catch Nashville on the way back. Not planning on spending a lot of money in Nashville. Thought I'd check out the Parthenon. Few things over there I know about that, you know, most of it's really honky-tonk stuff now that I don't really care for. If that's your cup of tea, that's okay. But obviously we don't have the money to blow and stuff like that now. Since most of that's paid for, I have points on motels and stuff to get most of our motel accommodations up to those first 3 or 4 nights. So that's taken care of. So we'll be out gas. And that's not going to be that bad. I can't stop living because some evil person, or persons if she claims it's not her, some evil entity at an evil bank has taken my money, my livelihood, what I've worked for, all of my damn life, way harder than she's ever gonna work. If you bundled up every bit of her work in her entire life, I believe I could bust her ass with my workload in 1 year. That's not saying she don't work. Or the people over there don't work. No, don't let me dare insinuate that this lovely lady is at fault here. No, I'll leave that for you folks to decide. I mean, she's the only one we talked to, and the only one that knew I asked a question, can you turn off the auto payments? And so she instigated all of this. As far as I'm concerned, she is culprit. She represents the bank. They're culprit. They're all bad. They stole my money. They don't care. She probably got a bonus out of this. Oh, look at the money you just got us and saved us. Look at there. Congratulations. Probably got a raise. Yep. For stuff like that, I feel a little jail time on their end. Not me. I've done nothing. I'm not a lawbreaker. Worst thing I've ever done is got some speeding tickets. Most of you's probably got speeding tickets. Maybe you hadn't. Good. That's good. But I've never did anything. Ain't threatened nobody. Ain't tried to stab or shoot nobody. Ain't stole from nobody. They stole from me. Valiant Bank in Covington, Georgia stole my money. Paint it 50,000 different colors, 50,000 shades of gray. Paint it how you want it. They stole my money. Now, currently, what am I doing? Well, currently, I'm talking to this to tell you where we're at. At the moment, I've been on the phone with some lawyers that's not really representing in the field, but they say, well, according to Georgia law, banks have the right, if they feel threatened that their account is not going to be paid, they have the right to seize everything. That doesn't seem fair to me because I don't know where they felt threatened. I was paying. I left money over there at the bank to pay more. We was paying on time, and she grabbed it all. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Am I wrong here for blaming the bank? Should I just pay that and be happy? I mean, yes, the good news is, or the good news should be, I don't know with this bank. They might have just took it and said, oh, that's just some kind of interest. You still owe us $42,000. At which point, the lawyers will flood upon that bank. They're not getting another damn dime because I have nothing else. There's nothing else. Lost my train of thought. But, the good point is that surely after taking $50,000 from me, with no good excuses, no warnings, no nothing, you just took $50,000 from me, surely that account is paid in full, closed. Should be. So, if I'm trying to squeeze some good news out of this, and it's not really good when you look at the whole picture, is that $800 a month? It's about $820 a month. I don't know that no more. Yippee-ki-yay. Okay. The bad news is I was relying on that $50,000 to help me as I go into retirement. I wanted to take a break. That's why I was taking a 2-week vacation. I wasn't going to blow $50,000, but, you know, probably, and we're just doing a drive type thing, and a lot of the stuff, what we going to spend, $2,000 or $3,000? So yeah, I was going to spend a little bit, but I worked my ass off, and I deserve a vacation. The way I look at it, if you say you shouldn't be spending that money, well, I can't now because they took it, but I'm going to take a partial tiny vacation. Anyway, that money was to help me on weeks that I can't work, where I can lean on it a little bit till I can get my Social Security's probably not even going to show up a check at all until December. Yeah, if I put in September, maybe then in November. Everybody tells me it takes 2 to 3 months. I've got stuff in this shop right here, inside here, that I can sell. I've got dental parts and stuff. It's not a lot of money, but it'll help. So I'm going to have to scramble a little quicker. That was my plan, to have that money, work a little bit, draw Social Security, and sell some of these items. With all of those things, and I had kind of hoped that my YouTube channel would take off. It's not really doing it right now. I'd appreciate y'all for watching. YouTube just kind of dropped a big nuclear bomb on us about 2 weeks ago. If I hadn't said this enough, I'm going to have to keep pointing that out, because the watch hours in any given year, and it's a moving target. I've been doing this about 1 year and 8 months, but for the year, from this date to back 1 year, I have almost 700 hours of views, 700 hours. I have, just today I got 2 subscribers. I'm excited about that. I now have, unless somebody leaves, I now have 104 subscribers. I'm excited about that. Now, it's taken me 20 months to do that, 1 year and 8 months to get to that point. 104 subscribers, 700 watch hours. The old rule for YouTube was 1,000 subscribers, and 1,000 is not within a year. It's from the beginning of your channel. So any subscribers I ever get, as long as I got 1,000, and the watch hours was 4,000 watch hours. If you reach that, they will place commercials on your videos and you get monetized. That's how you make your money off of, that's the main way you get monetization off of YouTube. You can do other things, sponsorships and Patreon and stuff, and I'm going to have to talk more about that in another video, because of what this lady done to me, stole from me. I'm going to have to try to beg for money, or not beg for money, but offer you chances to donate to the cause so I can afford to go to these places. Even the Carpetbagger does it. Everybody does it, whether it's selling t-shirts. I got stickers I can sell. I've got to open my Patreon up if y'all are interested in that. And I don't want you to go hungry or not be able to feed your cat or your dog because you're sending me too much money. But if it ain't nothing but $3 a month for a one-time thing, $5, I don't know. I haven't worked that out yet. But I'm going to have to set that up. But the old way to get ad revenue, which is the only direct way that YouTube will pay you, is 1,000 subscribers, and within 1 year you had to have 4,000 watch hours. They just changed that about 2 weeks ago. Now the 1,000 subscribers is the same. Oh, okay, I'm only 896 away. But the new went from 4,000 to 8,000. I need 8,000 watch hours as of February the 1st of 2027. The only thing we got going for us right now is they didn't kick it in instantly. They said if you can get to 4,000 by February the 1st, you are grandfathered in, and I can reach monetization as long as I can keep those numbers up. And I feel like if I can get those numbers, it'll steady off, and I can, and hopefully grow. Hopefully grow. I feel like my channel's that good. I mean, I'm not the greatest thing. I'm no Adam the Woo. He's given me a lot of inspiration. Lord rest his soul. I mean, I liked Adam the Woo. I love the Carpetbagger. I like, if you want to know what I think I can compare to without me copying, it will be Adam, Jacob the Carpetbagger, Tampa Jay, even the Philly Captain. Sometimes he gets a little angry and says a cuss word here or two. Sorry, but I might say a little, I'm not perfect. I'm 66. I've been kicked around all my life, folks. You know, everybody's got their imperfections, but I feel like I can show you old people can still get out and have fun. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that at this moment because of what the bank done. They just snatched my money away from me. I could have took my retirement, worked a little bit, and went on weekend excursions and showed y'all some amazing stuff. Right now, they have me wondering if I'm going to lose my house or not. So I'm going to try to bounce back from this. I've always said I love a challenge, but damn, this is more challenge than I want. Between YouTube doubling the hours and the lady at that wonderful bank, maybe I'm pointing to it. Yeah, that wonderful bank called Valiant, located in Covington, Georgia. It's a big chain. I don't know how far away. I seen one in Gainesville the other day. They're supposedly, because there was several Pinnacles, and I think 2 banks merged. I don't know if Valiant was even their name of the other bank. I don't know. Don't care. Don't care what happens to that bank other than I want my money back. Will I get it? I'm still waiting on a call from a lawyer to see if they can help me. I will keep updates on you more from, update y'all as this goes. I do appreciate you for watching this. I'm not trying to bash anybody. I'm just trying to point out the truth. Now, I don't know if every bank in Georgia's like that. You might want to behind the scenes research that and see. If you think you got some money in there, you might want to hide some of it in a cookie jar or something. If you don't want them getting it all, put it in different banks. Invest it in something that a bank, and I haven't investigated that. I never have enough money to put in a CD or whatever, and there's probably ways they could beat you out of that. It seems like the law is on the crooked bank side, don't it? But anyway, I need to end this. Y'all pray for me. Pray for my channel. And remember, my wife's got a channel now. Her channel is Southern Antique Adventures. That's the brain that's kicking in a little slow. She travels to different antique venues and stuff. It's pretty interesting. I go with her sometimes. We, try to make a day out of it. But that's her thing. Mine is Southern Fried Knowledge. There's my backup channel that's got copyrighted music that I know is never going to be monetized. If you get monetized, they can take it away from you if you've got copyright music on there. So anything that's got music on it, I throw it over there. That's kind of like my fun channel. It's Southern Fried Music. Might see me jumping around with a guitar or trying to sing or something. If it's got the actual copyright content on it, I put it over there. It's been around forever. This channel's only been here less than 2 years. That channel's probably been there 10 years or more. When you ever put any kind of video on YouTube, they will assign you a channel and it'll be called like Avery 6382 or some weird number. And I changed that over to Southern Fried Music. So check it out. But if you gotta pick one to watch Southern Fried Knowledge. I much appreciate it. I'm gonna try to figure out what I can do with Patreon. If y'all interested in stickers, I got some stickers now. Maybe drop your name in the comments and your address, and I will send you a sticker for $4. That's the best I could do off the top of my head. I mean, did the sticker cost me $4 by the time I buy an envelope, my stamp, my sticker? I'm not making a lot, but if y'all want to contribute, I'm going to try to get a Patreon set up if you can help me. I've never did a GoFundMe. I don't usually ask for help like that, but between the bank and YouTube, my channel may be crushed. I'm going to try to keep it around because it's my sanity. I do have depression, like I said. this keeps me going, and I was looking forward to showing y'all content. I was going to go to some of the theme parks. There's some new, what's that new Universal Park in Florida? I was going to try to check that out for a day by myself. The wife's going to be going somewhere else. So I was going to go to Florida and do that. I don't know if I can do that now. It's a long time between now and mid to end December is when that was going to happen. She had some other family functions, and I thought I'd hit the road and go down there and check out some. Figured the theme parks would be cheaper per one person. She's not a person that likes to ride, and at 66, I ride stuff I probably shouldn't. Don't know how much longer I can do that with the back pain and all, because the roller coasters over at Six Flags kind of put a whooping on me the other day. I tried to ride them and got 5 out of 12, and then I was done. Anyway, check out my other videos. There's a ghost town in the sky where I walked all the way to the top of the mountain. That was last year. Lots of amazing videos. I got some AI videos everybody seems scared to watch, but those stories are out of my mind. The AI is crappy AI, so it's comedic, I guess is the word I'm looking for, is how it comes off, but the story is original. The story's mine. Ain't no AI come up. I didn't give it an idea. I wrote the story, and AI tried to put something to it. So check that out. Any of my videos. I mean, I've been to all 50 states. Oh, wrong. I've been to 49 states. I have not been to Hawaii. I've been to 49 of the 50 states. I've been to England and France. I haven't posted any of a lot of that stuff. And some of those states was when I was much younger. Don't know if I can even find the pictures, but I can do a picture videos. That was over 10 years ago that I was in Europe. Had some interesting times there. There was some interesting tales. Me getting lost at the Louvre in a secret military underground installation. That was interesting. I could just sit and tell y'all stories. You wouldn't believe it, but my stories are true. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. Y'all pray for me. Pray for the channel. Pray for my wife's channel. And pray that I can get this situation fixed with the bank. It don't look real good right now, but I'm gonna do what I can do. Thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye for now.